this feeling, baby, we're invincible.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Notts County. If you enjoy the save, drop a like on the video, that'd be tremendous. We had a youth intake. I totally forgot to put it on the end of the last video. Well, we hadn't actually got to it, but then a couple of days later it happened. And unfortunately, this is what our golden generation produced. And when I say this, I literally mean there was no other players in it that I think had more than like 2-star potential. So yeah, golden generation, my booty. This is Adam Bennett. He's a centre-back, but he is only 5'11". Yes, I know, Matt behaving like a girl on Tinder again, but I don't know, he's not super fast either, not super strong, but of course that will come with time. Heading is poor, marking is very poor, tackling, he's got good teamwork and bravery, but like, for a golden generation to generate this guy as our best player, I swear we were supposed to have like midfielders in it, but there just weren't any, not of any note anyway. So yeah, very, very poor from us there. I don't know what my head of youth development was thinking with that one. You're on about your 4th golden generation of the series. Give your youth recruitment team a pay rise. I was gonna, but then this. I guess we can't complain too much, but it is a frustration one because I was expecting something quite good this time around. We just did not get it. Turns out the new stadium was funded by the Mafia. So are we implying here that Cory Bucolosi's people funded the new stadium? And that would explain... Is Jimmy Hoffa buried underneath it? And also, does that mean Arthur Okonkwo has uncovered something in his wonderful work? In case you're wondering, Arthur Okonkwo, just out of interest, is actually still at Chester. He's been there. He's played nearly 100 games for the club now. So he's doing his work and he's staying sort of... Well, actually, no, he's in the northwest now. But also, the board have agreed to let me up the youth academy to level 2. Don't know how long that's going to take, but it's really, really important because that will hopefully let us get a team into the under-23s leagues because I think that's really a big suffering point for our players is that we're constantly playing friendlies and it's just not properly conducive to good form, and I want to have these teams, our under-23s, actually playing in a proper league, and I think that would make a huge difference to bringing through players because I think that's caused them to get stunted unless we can get them out on loan, have them play against the higher caliber of opposition without actually having to bring them into the first team all the time. And they're also spending $4 million in total on upping both the youth and training facilities. They were on the board for that, so that's good because we really are lagging behind almost everyone else in the league on that kind of stuff. So I'm glad the board have finally stepped up on that too. So, the Chelsea game, I was able to postpone it due to some players going on international duty early. So that's kind of good, because we had enough of them there, but it did mean we had to push it back. Today, we are playing against Espanyol. I feel like I can say this without really spoiling too much about the whole sporting tie. You kind of knew we were going to go through. We're playing against Espanyol, and I believe if we go through this, we'll play either Zenit or Manchester United. So I feel like this, if we get through, this might be our last spell in the tournament. But you never know. We're giving it a bloody good go, and that's always nice. We might not even get past Espanyol for all we know. Right, let's jump straight in because we've got an off-camera game in between there too. Do you remember in the last episode I said, I wonder if this Leeds result, having won 8 in a row before, will now catapult us into being unable to buy a victory? Who could have predicted that? So with the Chelsea game being moved, I was able to put out a full-strength team at home against Sporting. And we lost 1-0 at home to them with a Jolson Fernandez goal. Just the 27 shots in the match, 12 of which were on target. Remy Dubois, I mean, it's ridiculous. Also, red cards, my God, we've just been getting mugged off with red cards this season. Particularly, I think they've changed it, because last year we haven't changed anything about the tactic particularly, but we've been getting way more reds and yellows, just insane amounts. Santana in this game was sent off, but we still played bloody well, and the fact that we lost this match is an absolute travesty. But it does kind of fit perfectly with the fact that we lost the first game after 8 in a row, and all of a sudden we come out in this game, having beaten them 5-0 away from home with a full-strength side, still play magnificently, apart from on the possession side of things, and end up losing 1-0 at home to Sporting. That was actually our first home defeat of the season, I believe, which is actually really, really impressive. I had a look at the league stats, and it's quite disparate. And then in the next match, we travelled away to Stamford Bridge, and this time we lost to an own goal by Adrian Gajic. And another red card, though. John Carlos was sent off in this one, his first match back, and he gets himself sent off for a second yellow. They gave him a me, but it was the goal that they did score to win the match that bugged me incessantly. I'm going to show you now, because this is just like, when it rains, it pours. So they were definitely the better side, but we still had some decent chances. But this goal, I was just like, of all the things to have happen, watch this. So, headed. He tips it onto the post. It then bounces back off the post, hits him in the head and goes in. When we're not getting it, it's not going our way, my lord. But yeah, frustrating times. And that was kind of compounded as we drew 1-1 at home to Liverpool. A definite improvement. Like, we actually played really, really well on the night, and I was very, very impressed with this. But once again, a red card. Celso sent off for a second yellow this time. That's 3 games in a row where a SecondYellowCard has cost us, in some ways more than one. Dude gave them the lead with quite a fortunate goal after 8 minutes. Only the 6th goal that we conceded in a home match in the league this season. I didn't realise just how good our home record was until I actually had a look at it when that goal went in. Thankfully, we did get one back, this time from a corner as Celso headed us level to keep our unbeaten league home record intact, but frustrating because I think we probably should have done enough to win this match and keep ourselves in the hunt. But yeah, not looking great in that sense now. Still 5th in the league with 56 points, but we've now got no win in our last 3 matches. The gap to the top 4 has really started to stretch out a little bit. Spurs level on points with us, Manchester United and Newcastle. I mean, we could literally finish 5th or 8th, and with 6 matches to go, it is very much up for grabs right now. I would be gutted if we finished 8th this season, given how many points I feel like we're going to end up accumulating, but that's life. If it happens, it happens. A frustrating one. I feel like if we could have just kept the injuries down, it would have helped us. But you can see we've gone from the top of the league table on injuries to the bottom. So that could definitely help us in those 6 remaining matches. I mean, fact is, right, just looking at sort of a bit more statistics here, we've scored, that's home record, we want overall record, the 3rd most goals in the league with 55 and only conceded 31 goals this season, which is terrific. Genuinely one of the best defensive records in the league, or certainly in and around those, basically. Goal difference wise, you know, right up there again. But this is where things start to take a real interesting turn. You've got to see this. Home record. Best home record in the Premier League. 42 points scored at home, 13 wins, 3 draws, no defeats. Manchester City have also not lost any home games, but I didn't realise our home form was as good as this. We've only conceded 6 goals in 16 home matches. That's insane. We've built an absolutely impervious home tactic. The only team to have beaten us this year was Sporting, and that was just pure FMness. So, yeah, best goal difference of all the home teams as well with a plus 30. But the thing that means is, of course, our away record is pretty piss poor. 14 points from 16 away games. We've only won 4 of them and lost 10 of them. Minus 6 goal difference. We'd actually won 3 in a row, though, in fairness, at one point. But I think we really need to patch up our away form a little bit, and that could really take us to the next level, because our home form is dominant. So the only player we're going to be missing is Dario Santana, which is concerning, sure, but we'll be okay, I think. We will survive. Jean Carlos is back, which is good. Stepanek, Lever, Guerra, Dubois, Silla, Chitiu, Perrier, Celso, Alberto. Basically, full strength team. Suarez is, I think he's fit enough to actually start, and I kind of want him to be honest. We're really lacking in other areas though, but we are going to get, of course, Griffiths in there. Now, Lever will start as a winger, but I deployed him as an inside forward against, who was it? I think it was against Sporting, and he looked really, really good. So, interesting. An idea there. Perhaps to start trying him out like that now, particularly with Alberto being so good at overlapping. Also, the partnerships are really, really nice right now. Now, they're playing a weird system, and it does suggest to me that perhaps going down the flanks might help us. They're pretty fresh, other than their right wing back. So, which actually means that Alberto and Darren Lever could have some joy today. Let's go. As usual, same plan as it was in the last round. Get an away goal and bring them back home to try and pull off some magic in our home game. I mean, we lost that home game by pure luck. We've really not been outplayed in a home game all season, I don't think, and that's really saying something. But we'll see how we go. A lot of possession so far, which is encouraging. Dubois has been extremely good this year and still has done a nice job with him. Lever getting into some good space. He's cutting inside. Stepanek! Good save by Werner. Got our first choice centre-back partnership back too, which will definitely help us. We've had to play completely different players in that role so far this season. Oh, around the side for Robertone. Good save by Suarez. He's kept it in. It's gone out of play. Some of his delicious deliveries could help us, and it's Perrier with a really good chance there. Silla is really good at playing those delicious little through balls inside the fullback. Get us ball across and it's cleared away. And it's another one of these shoved penalties. That seems to be the only penalties you win anymore, are the shoved ones. I mean, I'll take it, I guess, but it does seem to be happening a lot here. Guerra with the chance to give us the lead away from home, and it's hit the post. Oh my god, we're just on this run where nothing can go right for us. Like, we're doing a good job, but I think this is a game that is there to be won for us. Stepanek. And we need to destroy their wide areas more in the second period. Stepanek having a little run, and that's poor, but Guerra somehow got it here. And he's still got it. Wow. Wins us the corner rather. I'm firing them up, and we're going to go with this. And frankly, I'm going to go with overlaps as well, because we don't need to go up the passing directness. Our players are capable of picking those passes out, but we've got to go a bit more heavy here. Forcing them, we're stretching the play. That's another thing. We're going to move them left to right a lot more. Stepanek driving in here, and he smashes it at goal, and Werner's there to make the stop. And it's, whoa, dangerous. I'm actually going to move to an attacking mentality, just to get us throwing a few more bodies forward at the moment, because we're in total control of this match right now, and that's good, but, oh no. What a save from Marvin Suarez. get us ball in. Maybe we can get a bit of luck, and Perrier's there. It's Espanyol 0, Notts County 1. From a corner, it had to be, I suppose. Guerra with the ball in, and it's great to have him back because he can deliver the ball like that, and Perrier can score his 6th of the season. When we couldn't make it through other avenues, we've managed to dig one out here. Perrier's big header, and we've got our away goal and the lead in the away leg. Hugely important. A second goal would be nice, and we're going to knock it down, though, in terms of tempo and like attacking intensity, because it makes no sense to go too ferocious on it now. Fernandez, Lever! Side netting for Darren Lever. I think the changes have made us worse defensively in the second half. Perrier nearly gets another one there, but it has allowed us to be a little bit more impressive going forward. Espanyol 0, Notts County 1 in the Europa League. A very, very important victory. Important goal for Gael Perrier. Gives us a really good chance. We've got the away, and I think we deserve that. We opened ourselves up a little bit in the second half, but they didn't really take advantage of it too much. We lost a bit of the possession, and therefore lost a bit of control, but we did enough to get the victory in the end. Probably should have been 2-0, but it doesn't matter. Right, off-camera game, let's come back and do the second leg, because this is not done yet, though. Right, guys, we're back. We had one game off-camera midweek, technically the weekend, I suppose. It was a Monday, against Leicester City, and I think we were fortunate to get away with a 1-0 victory. It was a very, very even game. Thomas Stepanek's screamer gave us the victory. Dubois, though, again, was phenomenal in that midfield role. We had to change a few things around. A couple of late injuries to Chitty and Stepanek when we actually kind of finished the game with 9 men and very nearly conceded a late equaliser to Tyrese John-Jules. But alas, it was a great victory for us, which was super important in keeping us up there, because we've got Burnley at home next in the league, and that surely could push us to 62 points and really give us a great shot at qualifying for Europe next year. But today, it's all about Espanyol. We lead 1-0 from the away leg. We're going to go out and do what we did most of the first half, keep things tight, try to dominate, because with a home team, they've got to come at us. So that's the hope anyway. A few little suspensions and usual stuff. So we'll do a little switcheroo here, because there's a few guys that just simply are not going to be able to play. Stepanek is not... No, why would I do that? Asman and Dubois. I think we're going to start Silla instead. Fernandez instead of Chitty makes sense. Andriashenko is going to have to start. So it's not the perfect lineup. Also, in other good news, Sonja Hansen is wanted by Leeds United. So we may well be able to get rid of him in the summer for some money, which would be very nice because his contract expires next year. So if Leeds actually want to buy him off of us, that would be delightful. Like, as nice as it was to go and grab that goal in the second half, and we did look better in some areas, but it also, I think, left us way too open in other areas. So today, we're going to try and keep things tight. Just try to keep hold of things. Gareth's ball in straight away. Oh, Andriashenko flicked down on Dubois, and it's going to come back to Andriashenko, and he scored. Anatoly Andriashenko, I think he's Ukrainian, centre-back, scores his first ever goal for the club, and we're 2-0 up. This was an absolute pinball of a situation. The first chance, I mean, he heads it into the melee, comes back out, and eventually comes to him, but this is some hit. Just runs onto that. That is a brilliant goal. 3 minutes in, and we're 2-0 up. What a moment. We could be heading to a Europa League semi-final at this stage, and Perrier now makes it 2-0 after 5 minutes. And well, that is that in a nutshell. We have basically wrapped this match up in the first moments of the second leg. Brilliant work. Guerra with another wonderful delivery, and Perrier, just like in the first leg, Werner should have done better there, but wow. Oh, surely not another one. Guerra's ball in, and it's, oh my god, what is going on? We've literally, this is what I mean. They seem to come in clusters, these set-piece goals this season. We had that huge episode where we could see where there was like 12 of them, and then there was nothing for like 3 episodes. And now, within the first 10 minutes of this match, we've scored 3 from set pieces. How many more are we going to get at this rate? Guerra, look at that for him, and Silla! What a save that is from Werner. I have to say, that is some serious goalkeeping. In fact, all 4 goals we've scored against Espanyol in this tie have all come from set pieces of some form. We could have had another one with the penalty as well. And Gael Perrier scored 3 times against them over 2 games, which is insane. 7 goals for the season for him. Well, half-time, and it's 3-0 from that early barrage of just deliveries. That might have to be our saving grace. Try to do what we can at Old Trafford and see what we're capable of doing at Meadow Lane, where we've only lost 1 competitive game this season, I think. And that was that unfortunate result against Sporting. So we've definitely got a lot riding in our favour. There might be a Europa League final in our future, but we can't get too ahead of ourselves yet. We're not even into the semis technically yet. Aspar. Oh, Robertoni! That's a great goal from Lucas Robertoni. It is 3-1. Espanyol are back in it. What is the betting that now that we've made these substitutions, all of a sudden they just flourish and become brilliant for the rest of this match? That would be the most FM thing ever. Second phase again, set piece this time. Brilliant strike from Robertoni though. Gratikos. Good tackle from Kazikov. I am at a loss for words. I realise that perhaps we shouldn't have made the substitution so early, but oh my giddy aunt. It's 3-2. What is happening? Kazikov picks it up. Do not do something silly again. ass, man. I can't believe this is 3-2. That's my fault for making those subs too early. I just didn't think that they would muck it up this badly. Nielsen threw a few challenges. It's a good strike, and it's saved and cleared. Guerra, great save by Werner. We've battered them, really, again. We've still been brilliant. Don't get me wrong, but poor defending from us has cost us a pair of goals in this match, which makes the tie look a little bit less glamorous than it actually was. 3-2 victory, poor from us defensively to concede 2 goals off of 3 shots on target, but there you go. Notts County 4, Espanyol 2 on aggregate. That early barrage really did the job for us. Perrier with a lovely pair of goals and a lovely goal for Anatoly Andriushenko. Lovely old job. So that's Man United in the next round. So Man United, yeah, they won. So Inter are through, Valencia, Man United and us. So where are the games? So we've got Burnley and Newcastle, or that Newcastle game, off camera. And then coming back for Manchester United in the Europa League semi-finals. We go to Old Trafford first. There's West Ham away in the league in there too. There's so many damn plates to be spun. But those Burnley and Newcastle games are freaking important. Burnley are bottom. We need to win that one. And if we can beat Newcastle, I think that will probably be enough to wrap up 7th spot and hopefully European football again next year, which is the main thing. We've still got, West Ham and Bournemouth to play, but they're both away from home. Our home game is against Manchester City there. So, this is going to be tough. Interesting. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have, drop a like. That'd be glorious. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next episode for a double leg semi-final against Manchester United in the Europa League. We really have gone further than I expected. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Hold your gun, Capybara. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.